Oh, wow. Welcome back. Today is Wednesday, October 20th, 2010. And welcome back to the You Can Have a Coke Show, episode 6. And on my left, she was absent on Monday, but she is now back in full effect. Letitia Johnson, welcome back.
Thank you, Stefan. It is wonderful to be back here joining you with our 6th episode of You Can Have a Coke Show. I want to give a big shout out to our cast member, Trey. He did an excellent job on Monday. Ladies and gentlemen.
As he did.
Indeed. Tonight we will be talking about various topics. Our topics are Kanye West banning his album cover from Walmart. Beyonce is pregnant. Ladies and gentlemen, what a shock. Omarion files for bankruptcy, and Stefan will be updating us with Dancing with the Stars along with comments on Alicia Keys, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we will be opening up with Beyonce. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so happy and honored to hear this great news. She is finally pregnant. It's about damn time. You know, I'm a very, very, very big fan of Beyonce, and I want to say congratulations, baby, and I wish you the best of luck. I know you'll be a wonderful mother, and I cannot wait to find out what you're having, not to mention the looks. Hopefully it come out with your looks, but I'm not going to get into that. Congratulations, darling.
You know what? You can have a Coke, because you know good well I was going to say, how's that baby look?
Oh, well, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, but I mean, I'm curious too.
Yeah, but that was my comment,
Well,
and you knew that. So, ladies and gentlemen, Letitia Johnson can have a Coke.
I'll take my Coke with no
Anyway,
choice.
congratulations, Beyonce. There's nothing else more I can say, but congratulations.
Thank you, Stefan.
You're very welcome.
On to our next topic. Kanye West's album cover is being banned, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think this is fair? In my opinion, I don't think that it's fair at all that they're banning the man's album. No one complains when heavy rock and different bands of such aspect, when their album covers are shown, which they're very explicit, more explicit than his, to me, is an art of expression. So on this album cover is red painting in the background, and we have a monster of some sort, with a hairy chest and a white woman with wings and a tail. Ladies and gentlemen, to me this is absurd, but at the same time, we all know that Kanye West is far beyond out there. He's swimming deeper and deeper in the shore, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't think that his album cover should be banned at all. Stefan?
You have a mouthful of you, child. Lord have mercy. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, is it really a big surprise that Kanye West is trying to outdo himself once again? We all know that he's lunatic. We all know that something's wrong with him mentally in his mind. I pray for you, Kanye West. I pray for you. I've seen the album cover, and I have to agree with Walmart. It should be banned. I'm glad it is getting banned from the U.S. That album cover was very raunchy. It wasn't necessary. What point are you trying to get across with a beast on you, and y'all both are naked? I don't get it. What is the point behind it? Yes, your album is called, what is it called?
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Okay. And I'm sure you could have come up with another album cover, which you will have to now because the U.S. is banning it. So, I pray for you, Kanye West. I pray for you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to linger this on, but I will indicate that I don't see a problem with it. You know, if Walmart can sell DVDs of, horror flicks and different crazy things like that, why not sell the man the album's cover? Anyway,
because on horror movies, they're not naked.
They're not naked.
They're not showing titties.
We can go
they're not showing none of that.
But at the same time, I don't think that is that big of a deal. We already know that the man is out there anyway. But I've seen album covers from rock bands and stuff worse than that, with corpse and blood and all that other stuff. Not only that, nudity of a woman. Her breast covered with money. What does that tell you right there?
I've never seen that.
Well, if you Google it,
I don't want to.
that, you will find out. But, ladies and gentlemen, on to our next topic. Omarion. Yes, Omarion. Singer from B2K.
They know who he is.
Houston's younger brother. The man has filed for bankruptcy. Man, the man is in deep shit. $100,000 he owes IRS, ladies and gentlemen. Too much time wrapped up in drama with his cousin instead of calculating his finances. Ain't that a damn shame? What happened to investing? You know? But you have other singers out there too that's in deep shit as well. But, however, I don't know now the response that was taking place about Raz B and his older cousin abusing him. And now I'm starting to wonder, is this all a scandal to maybe help his cousin get out of some type of debt or so? But shit, that ain't gonna work. You know, maybe he might need to join the Illuminati. Instead, it's better than washing dishes. And at least his music will sell. They'll put him out there. It ain't necessarily gotta be music. Modeling and there's other opportunities out there. Wish you the best of luck. What is your opinion, Stefan?
I pray for you also, Omarion. I pray that you come up with some kind of funds. You've been out for a while. I don't know what you did with your money either. I don't know how are y'all budgeting y'all funds that y'all receive. You did movies, you did albums, you went on tour. What are you guys doing with your money? I really find that hard to believe. You know, you make millions of dollars, you have millions of fans, or once did. Control your money. I'm really sorry that you have to go through this. Your credit is going to be fucked up a little bit now because you have a Chapter 13 on your goddamn record. Whew! Maybe Toni Braxton can give you some advice since she is doing bankruptcy once again.
Well, actually it indicates too that Omarion did file for bankruptcy in January, but his case was dismissed.
So he never got it.
Exactly.
Well, like I was saying, ask Toni Braxton for advice. Until then, Omarion, I don't know. Control your issues with your cousin Raz B. Is that his cousin? I don't think that's his cousin. But control that, and I wish you well, my brother. I wish you well.
Yes. Stefan, give us the updates on Dancing with the Stars. Tell us about your girl, Brandy.
Ah, I am so happy. This was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week for my girl, Brandy Rihanna Norwood. Yes, I had to say the full name because Brandy did that damn good on Monday night. She received first place for the very first time with a score of 27. But in sad news, my girl, Miss Brady Bunch herself, Miss Florence Henderson, was sent home due to your lack of votes. Honestly, in my honest opinion, Bristol Palin should have took that ass home. But until then, Brandy, next week we're doing the tango, so I ask you to continue to support and continue to vote for my girl Brandy. And that's all.
Thank you. Congratulations, Brandy. Our last but not least topic, Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys gave birth to a baby boy. I want to congratulate her and the best of luck with her husband, Swizz Beatz. I hope it lasts. And now, if he left his first wife, Alicia, don't doubt that he won't leave you. Hopefully things will work out. If not, hopefully you'll beat him to the punch. But what are your views, Stefan, on that?
Congratulations, Alicia Keys. Congratulations, Swizz Beatz. And Alicia, you can have a coach. Because this is totally off subject, people, but I'm gonna get it in right fast. Would you date a cheater?
What you mean? Would I date a cheater?
Would you date a cheater? If
you never know a cheater until
let me finish the question. Let me finish the question. You date somebody, but he cheated in the past. Would you give him a chance?
Well, it depends on whether that person has changed. But if the person is married and I'm cheating,
we're not talking about married. It doesn't matter if you're married or have a boyfriend or girlfriend or not. You're cheating. Am I correct?
Yes, you're cheating.
All right then. So what would you do?
I wouldn't deal with a cheater.
You wouldn't deal with a cheater.
Nope.
If you knew his past history.
I mean, if I knew his past history, I mean, if I did go into the situation of being with him, I wouldn't have doubts. I'll just be. I'm going to reiterate that. I'm going to say. Yes, if it's in his past history, I'll just hope that things work out, but it always be in the back of my mind that he was once a cheater.
Okay, so when you have a relationship, it's all about trust.
Right.
That is correct.
Exactly.
So it's really hard to trust somebody you're going to be with the rest of your life if you have in the back of your mind that he's always cheating.
I ain't saying all the time in the back of
my
mind.
It's
still going to be there, but you want to try to block that. You really can't accuse. But you just hope for the best. We never know from day to day.
Exactly.
So you think you can know a person for years, and you really don't.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I just wanted to just ask that question because you talking about Alicia Keys. Watch out because he might do the same thing to you.
Yeah,
and karma, and she had a song about that too. Mm-hmm. So put yourself in her shoes. That's what I was saying. That was what I was trying to reiterate by that statement.
Like I said, that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah, but it's reality and it's human nature. It can happen to anybody.
It can happen to anybody, but at the same time, at least check your man's credentials. And if he's married and you dating him, what makes you think when y'all get married that what I'm saying, y'all in a long relationship, he ain't out there cheating on you?
It ain't never a woman, huh?
He or her.
All right then. So you state that.
He or her. I'm stating that. He or her.
Okay, I just want to just bring that out there. Anyway, congratulations, Alicia Keys. I wish you the best, and hopefully you can have more kids down the line. And before we go, Monica shuts down her Twitter because all of the negativity that she's been receiving. Just to let you know, Monica, you tweet everything that you do. You are a celebrity. If you cannot take the heat, you have to get out of the kitchen. You've been in this game far too long to let a hater bring you down. Keep your Twitter account. If you don't like them, block their ass.
Indeed. I can agree.
But until next time, people, please subscribe. Please comment. And I know y'all so tired of the webcam going faster than our voices. Trust me, if you're tired, I'm tired of seeing it. So just work with us. We are a work in progress. We will get it done. I don't know what's going on with the webcam. I really have to test it out to find out what the hell is going on. But please subscribe, comment, and Tish, you want to say anything before we go? Yes, closing remarks in due time, my viewers. Thank you for tuning in with our 6th episode of You Can Have a Coke Show. I'm Tish. God bless, ladies and gentlemen. Struggles come. Survival. Hope along with faith, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you until next time. You can have a Coke. You're making a fool of me. You got me strong and I don't care who sees. Baby, you got me.